So we will solve one more problem on the truss. As soon as we finish the CST element, which I am going to take next, almost you can say your FEM part is over. Okay, so ask everyone to be present in CST. It's very essential. Once you know the CST, almost all the FEA part is completed as far as element is concerned. Then you have the applications like heat transfer and vibration. So it's application based. Only the what is going to change is the what type of boundary condition you are going to apply. Okay, so that is what the only change is going to happen. Just a moment. Okay, so now let's try to work with one more problem on truss. Okay, so now this time, I hope last time I have given you the problem. Can you post a screenshot? We'll try to solve the same problem. Anybody has that problem with you? Just quickly let me know. If yes, you can post it. If no, we'll start with a new problem. Okay. So something like this problem was there. This was a fixed support, and we are here. We have the ruler support. Okay, so this is 0, 0, and now this is 0, 1000, and I said this is 1000, 1000. Okay, now let's call this as element 1, element 2, element 3, node 1, node 2, and node 3. So let's assign the degrees of freedom Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, and Q6, and let's apply a force. If horizontal 1000 Newton and also vertical at this point 1000 Newton. So two forces we have applied horizontally and vertically with the same magnitude. Okay, now let's prepare a connectivity table. Okay, So I have the element and I have the degrees of freedom. Okay, then so my element 1 is connected to Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. Element 2 is connected to 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3 is connected to 1, 2 and 5, 6. From lowest to highest, that is how you have to go. You can add the nodes also. So node I can say 1, 2, 2, 3 and 1, 3. Now I have to prepare full table of all cos and sine. So I use this space. Okay. So element. Okay. I will have x1. I will have y1. I will have x2, y2. I can get the length of an element, that is by x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square under. Then I can get L as x2 minus x1 divided by length of an element. I can get M as y2 minus y1 divided by length of an element. So let's do it for element 1. I have the x1 0, y1 0, this is 1000 comma 1000 0, length of an element 1000. You can calculate the formula, and my cos will be 0, x2 minus x1 divided by L. Sorry, that will be 1, not 0. Angle is 0, so it is 1, it is 0. For element 2, it is 0, 1000, 0. I have 1000, 1000. Length will be again 1000. You could calculate it. This will be 0 and this will be 1. For element 2, it is 0, 0, 1000, 1000. I get 1000 root 2, 0.707, 0.707. Okay. So just verify this, and if this table is correct, you can type U or C. Sorry, not U. You can type C if this table is correct. ओके, काय झालं कमी रिप्लाय आज? Okay. Now I can go for the preparation of individual stiffness matrix. So K1. So let's consider area of each is to be 100 mm square. Okay, and modulus of elasticity 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square. So we have the area 100 mm square modulus of elasticity 2 into 10 to the power 5, length of the element 1000, and then I'll have L. So my L is 1 and M is 0. So 1 0 1 0. Of course, this is minus 1, and I have 1 0 minus 1 0. So this will give me, so 1000 will get cancelled. So I have 2 into 10 to the power 4. Okay. So I have 1 0 minus 1 0. I have 0 0 0 0 minus 1 0 1 0 0 0 0. So according to connected table, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. This is what I'm going to get. Now I'll have key 2. So area is 100. 2 into 10 to the power 5. Length is again 1000. And now I have 0 1 0 minus 1. And this will be 0 1 0 minus 1. And I have 2 into 10 to the power 4. 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 minus 1 0 0 0. Then I have 0 minus 1 0 1. So from connectivity table it is 3 4 5 6 3 4 5 6. Now I can go for K3. So area is 100. 2 into 10 to the power 5 divided by 1000 root 2. So I have 0.707 minus 0.707 minus 0.707 into 0.707 minus 0.707 minus 0.707. So this gives me 2 into 10 to the power 4. Okay. So now what I will do, I will have the root 2 inside. Okay. Where is my calculator? So I have 0.707 square, okay, and divided by root of 2. So it comes 0.3534. Okay. So this 0.3534. Do verify this whether this is correct or not. 0.3534 minus 0.3534 minus 13534. So I'm expecting the same stuff here. Okay, now next is minus 3.3534 minus 0.3534. Then I'll have the positive 0.3534 0.3534 Same thing I will be getting here. Okay. So up till now, this, if it is correct, you can type K. Or if changes are there, please let me know. So you can type K if it is correct, or if there are changes, do let me know. Okay. So I can have 1, 2, 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6 from the connectivity table. Now we'll try to minimize the problem here itself. Okay. So this is fixed. Okay. So 1, 2 will disappear wherever the 1, 2 is there. So I eliminate this 1, 2 rows and column. So now what is remaining is this. So we have 3, 4 and 3, 4. Okay. Then we have the elimination of 4 also. So 4 is also not movement. So I will remove this 4th also. So you could see 3 rows and 3 column has been eliminated. Now what only I get here is 3, 3 in this table. Okay. Here I will get only 3, 3. So Q4 is get eliminated. So this is 4. So that is why connected table is necessary. Now you can see in trust what happens. From anywhere rows and columns could get eliminated. Okay. So this 4 get eliminated, and what now the rest is remaining. Okay. And from this I'll have the elimination of 1, 2, 1, 2, and what remains is this. Okay. So you can see here I have 5, 6 which is remaining. Here I have 3, 5, 6. So 5, 6 common. So 3 is there. Okay. And 5, 6 is common. And here I can see only 3 is there. Okay. So 3 and 5, 6 is only the representation of my global stiffness matrix. So therefore my K will be, so 2 into 10 to the power 4, which is a common thing. And I have 3, 5, 6, 3, 5 and 6. So these are the only things are remaining. Okay. So I need to find 3, 3. So in this is a 3, 3. Here I have the 1. Okay. And 3, 3. Here I have the 0. Anywhere else 3, 3? No. So I can write 1 plus 0, that is 1. Now I have to find 3, 5. Okay, so here in this case 3, 5 does not exist. 3, 5 exists here. So 3, 5 is 0. 3, 5 does not exist. So here it is 0. Then I have 3, 6. So again 3, 6 exists here only, and its value is 0. So its value is 0. So now it is symmetric. So therefore I write like this. Now I have to get 5, 5. So 5, 5 is here, which is this one. Okay. So I could write 0.3534. And I have the 5, 5 here also, which is 0. So I could write plus 0. Then I have to get 5, 6. So 5, 6 is this one. So I write 0.35 3 4 plus 5 6. Okay, 5 6 is also here, which is 0 plus 0. So now this will be 0.3534 according to symmetricity. Now I have to get 6 6. So 6 6 is here, that is 0.3534, and 6 6 is also here, that is 1. So now I'll add the plus 1. Okay, so this is my global stiffness matrix. This is how I got it. So if you have understood this, you can type G. Okay, great. So now I write KQ equal to F. So therefore I will erase this. So all the rest things are already 0. So this is my Q1, Q2, Q3 is equal to force which is applying. Okay. So I am applying a force at 5 and 6 and its value is 1000. This is 5 and 6. Okay, now you can solve this and let me know these values please. चला काढा लवकर. The one answer I received. Okay. I made a mistake. Sorry, this is Q3. Okay. So that Q3 is coming 0. Q5 is coming 0.1414 and my Q6 is coming 0. Okay, fine. No issue. So now I can get the sigma 1. It is EBQ. So 2 into 10 to the power 5. And my B is 1th upon length of an element, that is 1000, minus L minus M. So minus 1 0 1 0. This is minus L minus M LM, and this will be definitely multiplied by Q1 is 0, Q2 0, Q3 is also 0, and Q4 is also 0. Okay. So I'm getting sigma equal to 0. Since node 1 and node 2, they are not moving, and therefore I am going to get the stress to be 0. It's only axial stress. Okay. So if you consider a beam member, there might be some different type of stresses might exist. But since we are only considering axial stress, as the Q3 is also 0 and Q4 is 0 and Q1, Q2 are 0, so therefore I am going to get sigma 1 0. Sigma 2, 2 into 10 to the power 5, 1 upon 1000, 0 minus 1 0 1, and I have Q3 0, Q4 0, Q5 0.1416, and I have Q6 also 0. Okay, I have the Q6 also 0, but why Q6 is coming 0, I don't know. Q6 is any value. Have we made a mistake here somewhere? Plus. Okay, whatever it may be. So now you can solve sigma 2, and similarly you can get the also sigma 3. Okay, so sigma 3 will have the value. So this is the value, you can multiply with ln m and you can get the sigma 3. So that's all about this problem. Okay, now we will see how to solve the problem on the truss. Okay, using ANSYS. So I'll be starting ANSYS. I'll be sharing a screen, and you have to let me know that now you are able to see my full screen. Okay. Okay, so I need to start ANSYS. Product launcher. You can browse. F. Okay. So I can label this as a truss. So I hope you are able to see the screen. दिसताय का तुम्हाला स्क्रीन पूर्ण?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I go to preferences. Same procedure I am going to do, structural. Then I will go preprocessor, element type, add. I will add link 180 element. Now real constant is not there. I need to go for sectioning. And I have the link section. I'm going to add section ID 1. So I don't have to worry about the now different section cross-sectional area for different elements, so it is 100. Okay, then I have a material properties which will be same for each and every structural material. So I'll put 2 P5. Okay, now I can go in modeling. I can create nodes in active coordinate system. Node number 1 0, 0, 0. Apply. Node number 2, that will be at 1000. Okay, node number 3, that will be at 1000, 1000. Okay, and I'll click OK. So now 3 nodes appear. So 1, 2, and at this location 3. Now I don't have to worry about the element attributes. I'll directly go on create auto number because every element has the same attribute. So first and second, apply. Second and third, apply. First and third, OK. So in this way 3 elements have been created. Now I have to apply the boundary condition. So modeling part done. I'll go into loads, define load, apply structural displacement on nodes. I'll fix up both the nodes. Okay, or degree of freedom. I don't put a value here, it will be 0. So both the nodes I have fixed it. Now let's apply a force on nodes. This. Okay, Fx, let us say 1000 Newton. Apply. I will click again this. Okay, I will have the value of Fy 1000. Okay, so 2 different forces in horizontal and vertical I have applied. So that is the preprocessor. Now I can go into solution and I just need to solve this file. Okay, so solution is done. Once the solution is done, I go into general post processor. I can go into list result. I go for the nodal solution, degrees of freedom, displacement vector sum. So I'll have the x and y displacement both here in this case. So I click OK. So now you can see node 1 ux and uy uz are 0. Node 2 all the displacements are 0. But node 3 is having 0.1421 and it is having a 0.5607. So it is almost 0. E is to power minus 17. Okay, it is almost 0. So 0.14, whatever you have found out, that answer is correct. Okay, so it is almost 0. It doesn't make any difference whether you are supplying a roller or fixed support because the effect is not there. The movement in x direction, that effect is not there, and therefore it has to come like that. Okay. So this is what it is coming. Now I can go into elemental solution, but no, I have to go for element table data. So element table data not defined. So instead of that, element table, define table, add scroll at the bottom by sequence number, select ls comma 1, close, and here it says list element result is there. I have defined that. ls comma 1. Okay. Read result first set. Okay. So I have to read the first set, element table, define table, add by sequence number ls comma 1. Close. Then I can list element table data. So I can get what kind of stresses I am getting. So sigma 1, sigma 2, almost I am getting 0, and there is only existence of sigma 3, that is 14.142. So this is where I am getting it. I can plot the results also. Plot element table data ls1. So that plotting also I can do it. How I am going to get it? I can plot deformed and undeformed shape also. I can go to plot result, deformed shape. Deform shape only, deform and plus undeform. So I can click deform and undeform also. So whatever the white color line is showing, that is undeformed, and the blue color line which is showing, it is a deformed shape. So in this way we can have the undeformed and deformed shape also available. Okay. So you have to think about it. In element 2 there is no stress, though you can see it is a it has been rotated slightly. So rotation slightly does not mean there will be axial stress. Okay, that you have to understand. Okay, it is not elongated, and therefore it won't be having a axial stress. You could clearly see the at this node number 3. So it is on the same line. So there is no displacement is occurring for the 3. Okay, in any of the direction. The element 2 has just been rotated, and therefore there won't be any kind of stress unless and until axial deformation is not there. Axial stress won't come in the existence. Yeah, different types of stresses might be there, but for truss elements we neglect all the other types of stresses, as we are assuming that the triangular element, the triangle which we form for the truss will have absolutely 0 degrees of freedom as far as rotation and bending and all the stuff are considered. Only there will be certain elongation. That is the only stress we are assuming, and that is why we call this as a truss element. Okay, so finally now, if you have understood each and everything, you can type view. ते सगळं सोडवायचं तुम्हाला. लक्षात ठेवा, प्रॅक्टिकल पण मी सोबत घेतोय. तुम्हाला फॉर्म अप्लाय करायचा आहे, नंतर आज किंवा उद्या टाकणार आहे. चला, सगळं कळलं असेल तर यू टाईप करा. And these are the same problems you could solve it and attach to the CAD/CAM subject also. Okay, so there is no issue. Whatever we are studying, the same assignment is in the CAD/CAM, so you could submit the same assignment. Absolutely no problem. Okay, so there are further machining assignments also, and there is the assignment on transformation. That soon I am going to take it. So one day we'll be arranging a lecture on most probably on Saturday, 4 to 5 hours of a practical session on the CAD/CAM I will try to arrange for you. Okay. So okay, thank you. You can start leaving. The session is over.